Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I am going to be sharing with you the best products that I tried this year. I have so many to talk about, so I am just not gonna keep talking on and on in this intro. We're gonna get right to it. Everything that I talk about today, I will link down in the description box below, and I am wearing the products on my face today, so I will be inserting clips as we go, showing you the application. I really tried to narrow this down to the best of the best, okay? And the list is still long. So this video is about products that I tried for the first time this year. Maybe they haven't necessarily launched this year, but I tried them for the first time this year. We're gonna start with Complexion products first. I'm not sure that this came out this year. I'm pretty sure it came out last year, but I tried it for the first time this year, and it is a primer that it's the only primer that I'm going to mention today, and I'm not a huge primer person. If you've been here before, I say it all the time, I'm not a huge primer person, but I will say I do really like this primer. It is the Marshmallow Primer from NYX. So I did get this like deluxe sample size. I'm squeezing out every last bit. I've used it so many times. I don't use this every time I do my makeup. Honestly, typically, I just use my skincare as my primer, but I love using this on days where I'm putting my makeup on hours after I've done my skincare routine. So like when I've showered in the morning and I've put on my skincare routine and I'm not gonna do my makeup until the evening, I love using this as just like a refresher step. It definitely adds some moisture, but it's not overly moisturizing. I am very oily. Like my skin is super oily, very acne prone. So I don't love like overly hydrating products on me personally. So this is just the right amount of moisturizing. It's a little bit smoothing. It just creates a very beautiful canvas for my foundation. I absolutely love it. And I will be repurchasing the full size. All right, and then I have 3 foundations to talk about. The first one I want to talk about, honestly, I technically didn't try it this year. I did use it years and years ago, but I had totally forgotten what I felt about it. So I wanted to repurchase it. So I kind of retried it for the first time this year. But I want to mention it because it is absolutely my most worn foundation this year as a whole. And it's almost gone. Like I repurchased it this year and it's almost gone. I've almost used the entire bottle up. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Foundation. I have mine in the shade Bronze Beige. It is my perfect color when I am tan in the summertime. It is just like the most beautiful. It's matte, but it's not overly matte. It's not drying. Again, keep in mind, I am very oily, but I don't feel like it looks cakey on the skin. I feel like it blends out like butter. Like the actual texture of this is very much like butter, which sounds kind of gross, but it just is so smooth to blend out. It becomes one with the skin and it gives like a medium coverage, which is my preference. And it's very, 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 very affordable. You can find this at Walmart for under $5. You can't beat that. And mixed with this one on my face today, I have the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. This one is a little deep for me right now, and this one is a little light for me right now, so I am kind of making a foundation cocktail at the moment. But I did pick this one up when it launched at the beginning of the year, and this actual shade is not the best for me. I have the shade 1N14. It is a little orange leaning. I am a true olive neutral undertone, and this is a little bit orange on me. It's typically what happens when I pick up a neutral foundation. It's either runs pink or orange. But anyway, I can deal with it. It's fine because I love the finish of this. I really liked the original Makeup Forever foundation that they replaced with this. But this one I feel like is even better. It's extremely skin-like, like your skin but better. It is probably the most skin-like foundation I've ever tried. It is so smooth. It's more of a medium coverage, and I would say this is more natural matte. I would say that the Wet n Wild is a little more matte than this, but I would say it leans more on the matte side. But when I did pick this up at the beginning of the year, my skin was normal, probably for the first 3-4 months of the year. And then it like slammed on its brakes and took a sharp left-hand turn and became extremely oily. Love that for me. So I would say if you have normal to oily skin, you would really like this. Although I've seen people that have dry skin that enjoy this as well. So Absolutely love this foundation. Really, really good foundation I tried this year. And then this foundation, I also picked up at the beginning of the year when my skin ran more normal. I haven't tried it recently because the color match doesn't really match me right now. Probably in the next couple months as I get more fair, it'll match me more. But this is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. I have mine in the shade Light and Neutral Olive 160. I really loved this foundation at the beginning of the year when it was, I live in Florida, so it's not super duper cold here, but when the weather was less humid, when it's a little colder, this is definitely more of a hydrating foundation. It's not overly hydrating, but again, when I used this, I had more normal skin. So I would say if you have normal skin and you like a hydrating finish, you would probably like this one. It's definitely that skincare infused type of texture where it's pretty thick, but I really love how this made my skin look. It made it look very youthful, very supple, and it gave a medium coverage. I remember I did wear this to work one day. I do teach ballroom dancing. If you've been here before, you're sick of me saying it. But I did wear this on a day where I had a lot of lessons. I just wanted to test it out. I did powder the whole face with this, and it did look a little heavy at first, but as the day went on, it became more and more skin-like, and it lasted, honestly, through the entire day of dancing. So it is pretty long wearing for a hydrating foundation. I will have to kind of follow up with you guys in a couple of months, but again, if you have normal to dry skin, I think you would like this one. And then I have one hero powder, pretty much the only powder I've been using all year since I bought this powder. This is the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I love the packaging. I think it's super cute. It's a pretty big component. The packaging is nice because it has like a cap on it that you can take on and off. This is great if you have oily skin. It is very mattifying and it blurs the skin. It makes it look very airbrushed. This is definitely more of a thicker powder, so it's not like a lightweight, barely there type powder. Like this sets down your foundation and concealer and it's not moving. I really depend on this every day. I used it all summer long in the humid Florida weather. I continue to use it now. I absolutely love it. Definitely my favorite powder that I tried this year. All right, I have 4 bronzers to talk about, so we're going on to the cheek products now. 3 cream bronzers and 1 powder bronzer. So let's talk about the powder bronzer first. Sorry, that was loud. This is the One Size Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio. I have mine in the shade Light. Now, I will say this runs pretty deep. I was contemplating whether to get light or medium because I am kind of in between. And I read on their website, they suggested to go lighter than you think you need to. And I'm so glad I did because the medium would have been way too deep on me. So that's just a bit of advice. I love that it comes with 3 different bronzers. They're not super different in undertone, but I definitely feel like the bottom one is deeper than the other 2. So I felt like I could customize it depending on what my skin tone was, depending on the time of year. Absolutely love this bronzer. It's very pigmented, so you have to be kind of careful with it, but it is a beautiful blendable matte bronzer, which I love. Absolutely love this one. I will continue to use it forever because there's also so much product in here. I will never run out of this. Okay, I have 3 cream bronzers to talk about. They kind of all come in a different form as well. So this is the NYX Wonder Stick Contour and Highlight Stick. It does have a highlight on one side and a contour on the other. I don't really use the highlight side. I haven't really reached for it that often just because I'm not a stick highlighter person. It's just not my jam. But the bronzer side, and I would definitely call it more of a bronzer slash contour. It is perfectly neutral. I did get the shade Universal Light. I love this for my oily skin. I do not draw it onto my cheek and then blend it out with the brush because it is really hard to blend out if you do that. But what I do is I take it directly from the stick onto my brush and then stipple it on the face. And I feel like it blends really nicely and it stays put. It has just the right amount of pigmentation, not overly pigmented, not super buildable. It's right in the middle, and it's a drugstore product, which I love. Absolutely love this. Really enjoyed it this year. All right, the next one I want to talk about, and it is the one that I'm wearing on my face today, is the ColourPop Super Shock Bronzer in the shade I'll Bet. They really did something with this. This formula is so forgiving. This is the one that I would suggest to a newcomer to makeup. Someone who is not 100% confident applying cream products because it is so foolproof. It is more on the buildable side. You really can't mess this one up. You can really go in with your brush and haphazardly put it on your face and it still looks good. This is the shade I'll Bet. So if you have my skin tone or slightly lighter or just around my skin tone, I feel like this shade is really, really nice. More of a slightly warmer shade to the NYX one, as you can see, but it's not orangey. It just looks really pretty. It is a cream to powder formula. So again, for my oily skin, it doesn't slip and slide. It stays put, and it just is really, really easy to apply. And then the third cream bronzer is fairly new to me, but I can call it a favorite because I've really enjoyed using it. This is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer, and I have mine in the shade Light. For me with oily skin, it still works, but I would say if you have dry skin, you're going to love this because it is so emollient. Definitely the most emollient of the three that I showed you. And this one is kind of along the same lines as the NYX, where it's like a contour slash bronzer color. Very, very easy to blend. Extremely easy to blend. And I love this tone. It is quite pigmented. So I have the shade Light, which I would describe myself as a true light slash light medium. And this is almost too dark for me. So I would say go lighter than you think you need to. The medium would definitely have been too deep for me. But if I go in with a light hand, I really can easily bop, 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 bop. 3 seconds, it's blended out and I'm good to go. So really like this one. I definitely prefer setting this with a powder bronzer just to make sure it stays in place because it is so emollient. It's a really, really good, easy to blend formula. All right, this year I kind of, in the beginning, moved away from highlighters, but I'm back on the highlighter train, folks. So I don't have a ton of highlighters to talk about, but there are a few that I discovered this year that I've really been enjoying. If you've been here before, you know that I love the Essence The Highlighter. This is their new highlighter that they came out with this year. I really don't like the pure nude highlighter that they've had for years, like that baked formula. This one I like so much more. I have mine in the shade Sun Showers. Not super blingy, not super metallic, not stripy. It's right in the middle. You can build this up to be very blingy, but if I go in with a very fluffy highlighter brush and just kind of sweep it, it looks so beautifully glowy on my skin. I'm wearing it on my skin today. I love it. I love it. I have very textured, very acne prone skin, and I don't find that this enhances the texture. I mean, does it hide it? No, it's a highlighter, but I don't feel like it enhances it more than it is. So absolutely love this one, and it's super affordable. You can't really beat it at the drugstore. Love this one. And then the other powder highlighter that I'm loving is from Oden's Eye. This came out with the Solmon 2 collection. The packaging and the embossing on this is absolutely beautiful. You can't deny it. The details are just so pretty. And you know what? Packaging does matter to me sometimes. Like when packaging is nice, I get the feels. I got the shade Warm Sunshine, and it is a beautiful, like white, gold, orange, pink, probably not gonna see it, but absolutely beautiful. Colorful highlighter that's not over the top colorful. Like it only just shifts colorful and you're like, oh, wait, was that color? Or, you know, it's one of those subtle colorful highlighters. I like a colorful highlighter. I like a non-colorful highlighter. I like it all, but this is a good one if you wanna dip your toes into colorful highlighter. How many times am I gonna say colorful highlighter? I wanted to pick up more of these during their Black Friday sale, but I was a little late to signing onto the website, so I kind of missed it. But if I were to place another order on Oden's Eye's website, I would definitely be picking up more of these as well as the blushes, which we'll get to in a minute. And then the only liquid highlighter really that I like, period, slash that I discovered this year is from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is their Incandescence highlighter in the shade Bask. And this highlighter is so unique and beautiful for a liquid highlighter. It is yellow to pink, but it doesn't have a base color to it. It's just reflective and it is sparkly, just keep that in mind. And it's a serum-like texture, so it literally sinks into the skin. A big problem I have with liquid highlighters is that they sit on top of the skin, that they can look stripy. It's just really easy to work with. It looks absolutely beautiful for more of that like ethereal, kind of different look to the skin. It doesn't look like a traditional powder highlighter. So it is something that's worth me reaching for. Like it doesn't look like, you know, the Essence one. They're two very different looks, so I appreciate that. Absolutely love this one. Again, I would consider picking up more of these because it's beautiful. I'm gonna be full of sparkles all up my arms later, I know it. All right, you guys know I love blush, so I have a lot of blushes to talk about. So let's start with the powder blushes first. So I bought this at the beginning of the year. This is the Juvia's Place Blush Duo. This is in volume 2. I did recently pick up another one of the duos, but I haven't used it enough yet to put it in my favorites, and it is a slightly different formula than this one. But this one, I love. Colors are so unique. They are more warm pinks, which I think is always fun because I am more of a warm tone lover, generally speaking. So when I want a pink blush that's not super cool toned, I tend to reach for this. The formula of these is extremely blendable, more on the buildable side, so they're not overly pigmented, which is great for a blush. I mean, I love a pigmented blush too. I end up just building this up to look super pigmented. But if you're someone who just wants a touch of blush, I think you would really like this. I love that you get a light and a deep, so you can mix them together. You can wear them on their own. It is not powdery at all. Like, you can really get in there with your brush. There's no kickback in the pan. It's not messy. It has a mirror. The packaging is really sturdy. Absolutely love this blush duo. I already mentioned the Odin's Eye highlighter. I'm gonna mention the Odin's Eye blushes. I have 2 of the matte blushes. I have Sunset Clouds, which is what I'm wearing on my face today. It is like this mauvey pink, absolutely stunning. Again, more buildable. You can make it sheer, you can make it pigmented. The packaging, the embossing is everything. The other one that I got is Warm Sun, which is a orange, which I love orange makeup in general, and I love an orange cheek, especially for like the summer and the fall. Absolutely love it. And this is so beautiful. These blushes are some of the only blushes that I put on my face, and I literally gasp when I look in the mirror. I'm like, oh, gorgeous. I need more of these. These blushes didn't come out this year, but I discovered them this year. This is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots powder blushes. I have Peach Primrose and Spiced Petal. So these are really good, really good drugstore blushes. They are, quote, matte, but they're not dry, they're not dusty, they're not powdery, and they do give like a slight healthy sheen to the cheeks. Again, me with oily skin and very textured skin, I still love how these look. They don't look sparkly, they don't look shiny, they just look absolutely beautiful. And the colors that they offer are so pretty. I love a peach blush, and I love this warm pink with a touch of brown to it. Perfect for the fall time. Absolutely love these. I love clear acrylic packaging, by the way. And these are just so good, especially for the drugstore. All right, and then the last powder blushes I want to talk about are the ones from Unearthly Cosmetics. I actually got the 2 from the Sleepover collection, as well as 2 of their singles. And this highlighter we can just talk about because I also love the highlighter. The highlighter is in the shade Golden, and it is a different kind of highlighter. It is a golden white sheen, absolutely beautiful. And then I have this more orangey, like red, called Tangy, and then this one is Bloom, which is more of a coral. They blend out absolutely beautifully. They give a slight sheen, even though they're matte. Those are my favorite. Like when a matte blush isn't dry looking, it's not patchy looking, it just gives a slight healthy look to the skin without being sparkly. And that's what these give me. They have so many colors. Absolutely would suggest finding a color that you like. They're wonderful. And then these 2 from the Sleepover collection, I didn't expect to like as much as I do. So I have Charmed and Cherub. And these are very cool toned blushes. Charmed is like a lilac, and Cherub is a cool toned pink. I thought when I first got these, I wasn't gonna like them. I thought they wouldn't really show up on my skin, but they do. They give a beautiful look to the skin. Do I reach for colors like this all the time? No, but I love having them in my collection for when I do want to reach for a color like this. They blend super easily. I love the packaging, and they're just such unique shades in my collection. All right, this is bridging the gap to the cream blushes because it's an interesting formula. This is one of my favorite products. Obviously, it's in this video. But I would say of everything I'm talking about, this is probably top 3 favorite thing I discovered this year. This is the Natasha Denona My Dream Cheek Trio. It's so good, and I know it's expensive, but it is so unique. This cream blush is so beautiful. It's a very powdery cream. Like when you actually touch it, it feels like powder. It feels like powder, but there is a creaminess to the powder. It blends out super easily. It's quite buildable, so you're not gonna get a ton of pigment off the bat, but you can build it up to look like this. It's foolproof, kind of like the Super Shock. It reminds me of the Super Shock, but even more powdery than the Super Shock formula. And the color is just this neutral mauve, and it goes with every look. Like I would wear this with warm tone looks, with cool tone looks, and it would look good every time. It's good. The highlighters are also really beautiful. This is a Glow Cream Base, which is a cream highlighter that you're supposed to put underneath the powder highlighter. I like using them together. I like using them on their own. This highlighter is absolutely gorgeous, the powder one. It's not chunky, it's really smooth, absolutely gorgeous. This trio was well worth the expensive price tag. I absolutely love the LYS cream blushes. I actually bought 3 shades. I did declutter. I did a blush declutter recently, and I did declutter one of the shades because they accidentally sent me the wrong shade. It wasn't a shade that I ordered, and it was like a reddish orange. I did get use out of it, but I actually have another cream blush that's coming later in that sort of color family that I prefer. So anyway, I have these 2 like apricot-y, orange leaning pink shades, Classy and Kindness. I love this formula. It is incredibly easy to use. It's very blendable. I would say it's more on the matte side. So they're not super sheeny. They're not tacky. They're not slipping and sliding on my oily skin. They stay put. The packaging is super nice. It's a giant component. The colors are beautiful. They have so many different shades, and I really, really enjoyed this formula this year. Absolutely love it. This is the other cream blush I was talking about. This is a pretty new one to my collection, but I've gotten really good use out of it. This is the Oma by Sharon C Flawless in Real Life blush in the shade Obsessed. It is this like reddish orange, almost ketchup color. Right in the pan, it looks kind of scary. I thought on me it would look not good. It is the perfect consistency because when this blends out, it's more of like a pinched look to the skin, a little more of like a sunburnt look. It's not overly pigmented, and you can build it up though if you want to, but I love this color. It's so unique. It's got like tiny, tiny little shimmer particles in it, but it's not glittery or anything like that. I know in this line, the lighter shade in this was very glittery, so that's why I didn't pick it up. I don't really love that look, but this gives just a perfect amount of pigment, especially for how it looks in the pan. I was scared, but once I applied it, I wasn't scared anymore. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the eye category. I am not gonna include any eyeshadow palettes in this because I am going to be doing a ranking every eyeshadow palette that I tried this year, and I don't wanna give away the top spots. You'll have to just wait and see. Subscribe if you wanna see it. So I have 2 mascaras I wanna talk about. This one I discovered at the beginning of the year. This is the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. This mascara is really beautiful if you want a ton of volume and you want curl. My lashes naturally grow downward. They're not voluminous, they're not long, they're pretty sad. And on a daily basis, if I'm going to work, I don't wear lashes. I really wear lashes more for like special occasions, going out at night, on camera, but during the day for work purposes, I really don't wear lashes, but this makes my lashes look like I have something there. Now, I will say, I always wear a lash primer under every mascara that I use, so I can't speak to this without a lash primer, but I feel like a lash primer just sets me like even with everybody else. It just like makes my lashes exist. So I've fully been enjoying this. This is a brand new tube. I did use this today. Borderline can get clumpy if you overdo the layering, but I find if I just do 1 or 2 coats, it gives me enough volume and it gives me the curl that I need. Really, really like this mascara a lot. And then I have one that is brand new to me, but I've been using it non-stop for the past like month or so, and I only got a sample size, but I did order the full size. I am like scraping the last bit out of this sample size because I love it so much. It is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I am not a fan of tubing mascaras. I've tried plenty in the past, and I don't feel like they do anything for my lashes at all whatsoever. They don't curl, they don't lengthen, they don't do anything for me. But this one, this makes my lashes look extremely full. I feel so confident and comfortable wearing this without false lashes on. Even for more dramatic looks, it gives a ton of volume, it holds my curl, and because it's a tubing mascara, it comes off really easily just with water, it comes off in tubes, it doesn't end up smudging all over my eyes, which makes for really good removal. I love this mascara. It's probably my new favorite mascara. I've always loved the NYX On the Rise Volume Mascara. That has been my favorite mascara forever. But I think this has replaced it. It's so good. And then I would say probably, again, top 3 favorite products that I discovered this year are the Unearthly Cosmetics False Lashes. They're so good. They have become my favorite lashes, and particularly the style Intangible, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. These pair in particular, they're more long and wispy, so I feel like you can still see my eyeshadow poking through, which I worked really hard on my eyeshadow, okay? Like, I want you to see it. But they give a little drama without being too heavy on my eyes. They are so easy to apply. They hold a rounded shape, so I literally can just pop them on. I don't have to worry about the inner corner popping. They're so easy to apply. I think that's what I love the most. They're also $6.50, which is crazy. They have so many styles. I've tried quite a few styles that I love, but these ones in particular are my favorite. But they have more dramatic ones. They have even more natural looking ones than this. I love them. I love them. They're my favorite lashes. All right, lip products, here we go. We got a lot to talk about. So I discovered 2 new lip liners this year, and I'm obsessed.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
First one is from About Face. This is the Fix Lip Pencil. I have 2 shades. I have the shade Love Like a Sunset, which is a bright orange. And then this one is my absolute favorite. This is in the shade Cradled. This like brownie nude. Oh my goodness. These are some of the creamiest lip liners I've ever used. And you know what? Creamy lip liners, you see them all the time, but what you don't see is creamy lip liners that last. These last forever. They are so long wearing and so creamy. Yes. I need them to come out with more nude shades because I need more. This is kind of the only nude shade that I like that I've seen online. But I also love this bright orange. I did wear this in the summer and I really loved it. Really good formula. And then speaking of creamy lip liners that last forever, Charlotte Tilbury lip liners are so good. I didn't discover her lip liners this year, but I did discover this shade, which is Iconic Nude. You guys put me onto this one. Actually, it's very similar to the About Face one. It's slightly lighter. It is cool toned, but not too cool toned. It goes with magically every lipstick that I put on it. Somehow it works with it. I don't know what kind of sorcery is in this. And if you've used these lip liners before, you know they're creamy and they last forever. They're such a good formula. They are, in my opinion, worth the money. I am going through this one quick though, and I literally bought it like a month ago. I'm scared. It is such a good tone and such a good formula. All right, I have 2 lipsticks that I want to talk about. These are the best of the best that I've tried, and I've really enjoyed them. So this is the Give Beauty Original Me Matte Lipstick in the shade Lovable Me. This tone of lipstick is so beautiful and unique. It's like a brown rosy nude. It's a little bit deeper than my usual nude I would go for, but it is just a warm, really year-round color. The formula of these is so nice. It is a matte lipstick, so if you don't like matte lipsticks, you wouldn't like this, but I don't find that it's drying. I don't feel that it tugs on the lips. It lasts a really long time. It's really creamy to apply. It's a really nice lipstick, really good. The packaging is really pretty. It's a good lipstick, and I think worth the money. And then the second lipstick I want to talk about is the ColourPop Glowing Lip. I love this formula, and I love this color. This is the color Indulge Me. It is a shiny, moisturizing lipstick. It is a warm nude. This is one of those ones you can apply without a mirror, on the go. It lasts a pretty good amount of time for it being so moisturizing. It's really gorgeous, and I want to get more colors of it. It's obviously very affordable. People say that the scent is kind of weird. I don't feel like it's weird. It just smells like lipstick to me. But I've fully enjoyed this like high shine, moisturizing, easy to apply, absolutely beautiful lip product from ColourPop. All right, I have 3 lip glosses I want to talk about, or 2 lip glosses and a lip oil. So the first one is this Essence Make Beauty Fun Plumping Lip Gloss. This kind of came out of nowhere for me. I tried a few things from this line, like the eyeshadow palette, which was terrible. If you saw my worst makeup that I tried this year, I will link that down below. it was a terrible eyeshadow palette. But this gloss was really good. I love it. I don't really like Essence's glosses in the past. I felt like the scent has been really gross. It's been really thick. This one smells like a minty smell, but it's not overly plumping. It's not burning. It has a slight minty tingle to it. If you look really close, it does have glitter particles, but on the lips, you really can't see it. It's pretty much clear, but it is incredibly comfortable. Just that perfect, slick, but not one that disappears right away. It makes your lips look very glossy, very juicy. A really good drugstore lip gloss. Highly suggested if it is still available. I'm not sure if it is. Of course, I will link it down below if it is. Another gloss formula that I really love is the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Gloss. I know some of you in the comments said you really don't like it. I can see it's pretty thick, but I don't feel like it's sticky. I feel like it makes your lips look incredibly glossy. This is kind of in the same lines as the Essence where it's clear with glitter particles, but I don't feel like you can feel or see them on the lips. It just makes your lips look super duper glossy. Absolutely beautiful. It does have a minty tingle to it, but I don't feel like it's overbearing. And I love that the applicator is not a doe foot. With a clear lip gloss, your lip color is not gonna get inside like it would with a doe foot. So I really love this. If you like a very glossy gloss, I think you would like this because I've really enjoyed it. And then I would say my favorite lip oil of all time, I've tried a lot of lip oils, especially the past year because so many have come out, is this Fenty Skin one. It is so good. This is the Cherry Treat Conditioning Lip Oil. It is so good. I wish it came in a bigger component because there's hardly any product here whatsoever. It smells like Luden's cough drops. Do you guys remember Luden's, the cherry ones? I used to eat them like candy in school. That's what this smells like. I love the fat doe foot applicator, and I am actually wearing it on my lips today over the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. It looks so glossy. Do you see that? They need to come out with a bigger size because I'm almost done with this, and it's not cheap. It is thicker, like it coats your lips, but it's not sticky. It's not one of those lip oils that like disappears from your lips right away. It's pretty long lasting. It smells good. I love the packaging, like the doe foot. I just wish it was bigger. It's great. Whoa, that was a lot. That was a lot. If you are still here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you agree with me? Or if you have any other products that you tried this year that you love, I want to know them down in the comments. Please let me know. I love hearing from you. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, both beauty and fashion videos, and I would love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.